guys, hope you're all doing well. So I'm coming to you with a very late August favorites. I do not like my favorite videos. I do not like when people do favorite videos in the end of them, like in the beginning of the month, like in the middle of the next month. I don't know why. I know. Still favorites from last month, but I wasn't going to do one, but I did want to share some things with you all that even though they're nothing's revolutionary, I just want to share. So, ready? Not too many. The first one being these 9-pan palettes from Nicka K. These babies have really exceeded all of my expectations. I did review these. I will link that video down below. Excuse me. I did review these, but this is the one I'm holding called Sugar Plum, which is actually one of my least favorite ones, but I just grabbed this one first. These 9-pan palettes are $3, $4 to $5 if you order them from the Nicka K website, which I never have. I get them in my local beauty supply store, but these are emulating the 9-pan Huda Beauty palettes, and like the ColourPop monochromatic 9-pan palettes. And you guys, they are absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. My favorite one or ones is Poison Apple, because a monochromatic red palette for $3 that actually works, and the red is actually red. Hello. Beautiful. And here we go. Autumn Spice, because who doesn't love a warm neutral palette? And these, you see the indentations. I love these four. They're really soft and creamy. The pressed metallic pigment style. Look at that. And I barely got my finger in it because of my nail, but those metallic style, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Excuse my voice. I was yelling at Christian's football game, so. I am going to talk about this palette because it is a favorite, because I love it, but I have a review coming up, or it might be before, probably after this, on the ColourPop Rainbow palette that's made with all their singles kind of thing, pre-made palette. Really enjoy this because I love the rainbow. I do have one little pet peeve on it. Watch that review. Watch that review to see that pet peeve that I have with this palette, and it's not pressed glitters. But yes. Actually, it might just watch that review. But yeah, love this. Absolutely beautiful. I had it set up a different way when I first got it, and then I set it up the way they have it in like on Instagram, the way they set it up, and I love it even more this way. So yes. Okay. And then my favorite combination that I've been wearing on my skin under my foundation, and sometimes like under like just a powder foundation as opposed to a liquid, is the Benefit Bling Brighten Concealer. These were a favorite last month. They still are. The Benefit Bling Brightening Concealers. I have shade number 5 and shade number 6. Let me show you number 6 because that's the one I use. Wait. Yeah, number 6 is what I use the most. This stuff is a concealer, so it has that coverage, but it has that slightly peachy undertone that adds that brightening effect, you know, like a color corrector. And I love this stuff, as you can see. I love this stuff. This is one of those purchases where you're trying something new. It was on sale at Sephora, and you fall in love with it. This is the shade 6. This is the deepest shade they have. And so I think it'll work well for shades deeper than me as a color corrector. I think it's beautiful. But because my skin tone is kind of almost there, it works well as a concealer as well. But I always wear this under. I never wear it over my foundation. I wear it under. After I put my primer on, I'll put this on right in the under eye area. That's how I've been getting it to look so flawless, honey. Right in the under eye area. And I'll top it with another favorite that I'm about to share with you. It's very creamy. It's very emollient. You do need to set it, or it will kind of spread around. You need to set, especially on oily skin. But once it's there, it just cancels out all of that dark, just cancels out everything. And it allows you to just have that flawless base. And so, without having to layer more concealer on top. So, I still use a lot of concealer because I'm trying to get out of it. But with this under my foundation, I'm only putting on my concealer now for brightness, not for coverage as well. So, wonderful. And then the second half of this favorite combo is this powder. I've been setting this with various powders, various translucent powders, just any type of loose powder I have, I've been setting it with that. But this has become the favorite. I don't know what it is. This is the e.l.f. loose setting powder, and it's in Hint of Tint. So e.l.f. has like a translucent HD setting powder. They have like a yellow. This one's called Hint of Tint. So if you look at it, it definitely has a hint of tint to it. Not my skin tone or anything. Like this peachy nude tint to it. It's perfect to set that. It's almost translucent. It does make that set, because this has like almost a shiny, like I said, it's a very creamy finish. It sets it to matte. Doesn't move. That way I can put on a liquid foundation, bounce a liquid foundation, spread a liquid foundation with a brush, and this stuff is not moving. So it sets it, and that hint of tint just takes away, it's not ashy. Even though I'm covering up with foundation, but it doesn't look like an ashy cast or anything like that. And because it has that peachy undertone, I just think it pairs very well with this. So I've tried a lot of things to set this with, and they all work fine, but this one kind of works the best. It works the best. So this is the e.l.f. I don't know the name of it because it just has a sticker with the hint of tint on it. But it's e.l.f. setting powder. I'm sure it has some sort of other fancy name to it. Okay. All right. Next is probably the newest thing in here. Y'all. This Sephora Matte Perfection Tinted Moisturizer has blown me out of the park. This is $18 at Sephora. I picked this up not too long ago, and it is great. Tinted moisturizer. So it's not like super maximum coverage, super full coverage, but this stuff is buildable. I'm going to give it, it's at least a medium build to a full. Like a buildable to a full. Like there's nothing light about this. So if you're looking for a light tinted moisturizer, this might not be it, because this has some coverage. Yeah, $18. The finish is, it says matte, but it's a very natural matte. It's matte, but it's not like drying, if you will. But again, it's a moisturizer. So I guess it's the perfect finish of what a matte tinted moisturizer should be. Moisturizing yet matte to the finish. I'm in the shade 15 Suede. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing my Stay Naked foundation from Urban Decay. Still working with that one. But this is really quick on the go. When I leave I have maybe like an hour in between my jobs. And so one of them, usually during the day in the lab, I don't wear a lot of makeup if I wear any. I usually don't. But in the evening when I teach, I like to throw something on my face. Usually, most of the time, it's concealer, powder kind of thing. But if I want a little extra oomph, I've been using this without having to use like full-on foundation. And it's beautiful. It lasts all day. I do still set it with a powder, but it's lightweight. You don't even feel it on your skin, but it gives you that coverage, and it's just beautiful. So well done, Sephora, with this Matte Perfection Tinted Moisturizer. Beautiful. And then the last favorite of this video is not new. They've been a favorite before. Is my Buxom Full-On Lip Creams. Back to like doing stuff quick for my evening, teaching my evening class. Full-on lipstick is just like not inconvenient. I'll do it sometimes, but like I'm talking, I'm like it can be uncomfortable, and it's like it's high maintenance kind of thing. Whatever. And since I got rid of my lip ring, my Ashley piercing, I've been really leaning more toward colored, shiny lips. The reason why I didn't lean toward them as much is because they smear and they get all over my lip ring, and my lip ring's gross and everything, but I don't have that anymore. So yes, I've been diving back into the colored one. So this is my favorite Buxom Full-On Lip Cream, which is their shiny lip glosses. This is Moscow Mule. It's a warm nude lip gloss, so it wouldn't matter if it got on my lip ring. This is the one I wear all the time. But I've been into my Buxom collection even more, and I have been getting into beautiful berries and stuff like that. And these are shiny lip glosses. They're like plumping, but the plumping element doesn't bother me. This one is called Cœur Royal. And the Moscow Mule one is the only one I have in a full size. I always get these around the holiday time because they have little sets, because I never finish a full size one. This I'm definitely going to get a repeat of because it's getting low. And some of these are actually getting low. But I don't think, none of them are on the level of Moscow Mule where I want a full size. I still will stick to my like minis and sales and deals and stuff because I just have a lot of lip products. These two beautiful shiny lip glosses that give color. What I'm wearing now is the Too Faced Melted Latex. This is more of a liquid lipstick, not a gloss, because that's a little bit more opacity, but I'm loving getting into the shiny lip game. And Buxom is bringing me in really nicely because they have color. It shows up on my lips, my pigmented lips, but it's still on the sheer side, and it's still a comfortable gloss. Beautiful. So that's all my favorites, but you guys, this is a favorite, but it's no more. Rest in peace. I'm going to have to buy another one. I didn't want to because I have so many concealers. So 4 years, you're talking at 3-4 years I've had this crap. This is the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW45. I finished the entire thing. This is the only concealer I use to cover my eyebrows. This is what I used for all these years to cover my eyebrows. Before this, I was using like the e.l.f. palette, the e.l.f. concealer palette. And then I got this. I think, actually my friend Lorinda gave it to me. She used it like once and it was just not the right shade for her. And she gave it to me and I just, some reason decided to use it on my brows one day. Fell in love with how it works with my brows, how it glides on, how it just, it's my favorite. And I used it all up. I used it all up. Granted, they still make this. Granted, I can go to MAC and buy another one. But I have so many concealers. I was like, there has to be a concealer in my collection. I got like 50. I was like, there has to be a concealer in my collection that I can replace this with. Why would I buy this when I know I have a dupe in my collection that'll work just as well on my brows? And granted, I don't have as many cream concealers as liquid concealers, but none of the cream concealers are doing what this did for me. Right now I have, what do I have on? This, I think I have my Amon one. It's too thick. It looks good, but it's just way too thick to do every day. Just moment of silence. All right. So yeah, the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW45 has done me well. If I get another one, I mean, I might have to, because I'm not finding anything in my collection. Well, that's it. That's all my favorites. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.